Hey y'all, this is Boris Pendergrass with the Muscle Milk for Men 5-Minute Fill-Up. And today's talk is about George Floyd and the senseless killing murder that happened there. And this conversation I had with myself and also with some other friends, and the topic of this is be angry but sin not. With this stuff going on, yeah, I'm mad, I'm angry, all kinds of thoughts go through your head. And emotions are God-given. But Ephesians chapter 4:26 says, be angry and sin not. Do not let the sun go down on your wrath, neither give place to the devil. And right before that verse, he says, don't walk as the unbelievers, the ungodly walk in the vanity of their mind. So, yes, anger is a God-given emotion, but again, it's be angry and sin not. God has given you those emotions, but what has he given them to you for? Right? First, when you look at a couple examples, Matthew 14, Jesus went forth, saw a great multitude. He was moved with compassion towards them, and he healed all their sick. Another example in Matthew chapter 15 of God using the emotions. Jesus called his disciples to him and said, I have compassion on the multitude because they continue with me now 3 days and have nothing to eat. I will not send them away fasting lest they faint in the way. And that's when he multiplied the breads and the loaves and he fed the multitude. In Mark chapter 6:34 it says, Jesus, when he came out, he saw much people, and he was moved with compassion towards them because they were as sheep having no shepherd, and he began to teach many of them. A last example here, and this is when Jesus went into the temple. It says Jesus went straight into the temple, threw out everyone who had set up shop, buying and selling. He kicked over the tables of the loan sharks and the stalls of the dove merchants. He quoted this text, my house was designated as a house of prayer. You made it a hangout of thieves. Now there was room for the blind and the crippled to get in. And then he came and healed them. So again, you see that is God-given emotion that is motivating you, inspiring you, moving you to do something positive, to impact change, to change people's lives, to protect your lives. And your emotions can get you in trouble. If you don't manage them right, handle them right, put them under God, they can get you in trouble. I want to give you a Bible example. We all know some real life examples, but here's a Bible example, and it's about Moses. Moses and the people of Israel were in the wilderness. God had did miracles to get them out of slavery and take them to this new land, and now it was no water, and the people was whining and complaining. Right? And the Lord spoke to Moses and said, take the rod, gather thou the assembly together, Aaron and your brother, and speak unto the rock before their eyes, before the people's eyes, and it shall give forth water, and they shall bring forth to them water out of the rock, and you shall bring forth water out of the rock. So thou shalt give the congregation and the beasts drink. Moses took the rod before them, before the Lord, as he commanded him, and Moses and Aaron gathered the congregation together before the rock, and he said to them, now Moses was upset, he said, hear now, you rebels, must we fetch water out of the rock? Moses lifted up his hand, and with the rod he hit the rock twice, bow, bow, that anger. Water came out abundantly, and the congregation drank, and their beasts also. But the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, because you didn't believe me, you didn't sanctify me, you didn't do what I told you to do, therefore you shall not bring this congregation into land I give them. So Moses didn't make it out of the promised land. He took them out of Egypt, but he didn't. Why? Because his anger. He let his anger motivate him to disobey God. So what we're saying here is be angry. I'm angry, but sin not. Right? Pray, ask God like Jesus did. How am I motivated to impact change? Right? Do I communicate to people? Do I protest? Do I write letters? What do I do with my money, my support? What do I do with my voice? Right? The platforms that I have. Be angry and sin not. Right? Especially when we talk about this, I mean, lives, like senseless murder, right? So what are my communications to my children? What am I praying for my family, their protection, right? How am I impacting change in the community? So be angry, sin not. God has given us this anger to motivate us to inspire us, to ignite us, to do something positive for change. And now I'm talking about the George Floyd, where he was murdered by the police, right, in handcuffs on the ground, kneed out and choked. And we've had a lot of those situations. But in your everyday life, right, on your job, with your children, with your spouse, anger with yourself in those situations, be angry, but sin not. You see there's a problem, there's something that had to be adjusted, changes need to be made. That anger should motivate you to make that change. Just pray, take it to God, right? Get wise counsel, get advice, determine how do you make the necessary changes in your life for the improvements that God have so you can walk in the blessings. All right. Hey, be blessed. Muscle Milk for Men, right? Build yourself up in the spirit. Have a great day.